So EA dropped 40 pages of their deep dive for college football 26. There's a lot to digest. So first up, wear and tear. So like I said, man, 40 pages of deep dive. Today we're going to do wear and tear. I felt like this is going to be the heart and soul of what we're going to see in college football 26. There is a lot to break down from this, but the reason I want to bring this up is because I want to give my insight and my opinion on why I feel like certain things are going to be good or certain things are going to be bad. Okay, so first, let's just go ahead and break these down and talk about it. So again, wear and tear, more depth, more control. Okay, we were thrilled by the response to the wear and tear system last year. Introducing a completely new physics-based damage mechanic is always a bit nerve-wracking, but your enthusiasm showed we hit the mark. Wear and tear was never meant to be just another injury system. It was designed as a gameplay balance mechanism, bringing real strategic depth and meaningful roster decisions. The foundation was set. Now we continue to build on it, which again is 100% true, right? It was a great idea. The response they said was great. I think the idea was great. I felt like the actual execution of it wasn't great, because what happened was that, again, like I said in previous videos, the dynasty, especially for dynasty mode, a lot of positions were just tailored to just either they took it out in dynasty mode or people were going with power backs with 96 speed, that type of deal, right? All the other positions didn't really, all the other archetypes didn't matter because nobody wanted to deal with the wear and tear. You could get literally one carry and then all of a sudden your player is done for the rest of the game. And for some reason, shape or form, it can carry over to the next game. So what they did was they added a ton of different ways you can substitute, okay? So this is a big one here. And to be honest with you, I hope that a lot of people are not going to just breeze past this because yes, the dynamic subs is great, but I feel like this is going to be the backbone of it. Sub your way. Another key improvement and something the community clearly asked for was making it easier and more strategic to manage players based on their wear and tear. We saw different coaching philosophies in how you played. Some of you kept your stars on the field no matter what. Pain be damned. Others rotate consistently, prioritizing freshness and long-term durability. Both approaches are valid, and now the system fully supports how you want to coach. Now, how they do that? They say to accommodate these diverse styles, we introduce fully customizable wear and tear auto sub settings and sliders. We're talking about the auto settings first, bringing unprecedented depth to player management. Here's how deep the options go, and this is like a lot. Default, which is standard computer substitution logic. That sucks. We already know that, right? We know that from just 25 alone. It was terrible. Now they might have upgraded it, but the next three are important. Keep fresh, inspired by real world rotation strategies like Michigan frequent running back substitutions. I feel like that's going to probably be the most popular one, especially if you have depth, right? If you're playing dynasty in year 3 and you got 4 running backs that are 85 plus, you might want to go ahead and keep your guys fresh, right? Then you have grind it out. It says for teams that want to keep your best players on the field as long as possible, players pushing through banged up and only subbed out when absolutely necessary. Again, this will be for the dynasty team or the guy or gal that literally only has maybe one great back and the other one behind it is just not as good, right? Now, this will also be predicated on how fast the regression is and what type of back you have. If you have a power back, right, that has battering ram and toughness and all that, you probably can just play him the whole game anyway, right? And then you have custom players sub based on the lowest health or specific body parts, giving you precise control. So again, lowest health of specific body parts. So you can make subs based upon, I guess we'll see it that, you know, if the legs or get to a certain amount, there will be subbed out. I think that's fire. I will most likely do custom. I like, you know, tinkering with everything. Okay, it says each position now have tailored substitute strategies based on wear and tear, accessible directly from main or coaching adjustment menu. You have full control over when a player subs in and out. Okay, now this is the big one here. Pain is temporary. Dynasties are forever. Dynasty players We're some of the most passionate fans of wear and tear system, and we recognize it's impossible to satisfy everyone's preference with one size fit all tuning, so why not put the controls directly in your hands? This is the sliders, my nephews and nieces. This is the sliders, and I will 100% know this is not without a doubt. Every single Dynasty League commissioner is going to have to deal with this right here, the sliders, and how impactful they will be. I'm pretty sure everybody will start off at 50. I think that would be the best sound advice, and then figure out when you want to go ahead and make an adjustment here, make an adjustment there. It will probably take a month or two for people to truly understand, you know, what the default system looks like, and is it great, and does it need to be tweaked? Keep in mind there's also going to be updates, so even though you change the sliders and then that first update comes out, maybe those sliders now become too overpowered, maybe it becomes too weak. So there's a lot of tinkering that needs to be done here, but I do love the fact that you are 100% in full control of the sliders of wear and tear, so you no longer just have to do that on and off. Last year, people were just right down, it was black and white. There was no gray area. They either wanted wear and tear in their league, or they didn't want wear and tear in their league. Now you have gray area with the sliders, okay? Now, this is going to be important here because you get to, it says weather the storm, win the game. Through conversations with real world coaches and players, one recurring theme emerged clearly. Weather significantly impacts players' wear and tear. Reflecting this real world insight, we integrated weather-based modifications into wear and tear systems. So now weather, again, we do not know how that's gonna be impacted, but I will say this, there is a slider for it. So there's a slider for weather. So if it is something that is just like, bruh, we already, you know, I don't wanna deal with it, you can take it off, you can do whatever. So there is a slider for that. And then as we keep going, it just becomes more and more relevant of why wear and tear is gonna be so important in 26. Visualizing the damage. If your quarterback's health dips below 60, you clearly see it reflected in pre-snap demeanor. Depending on whether he's dealing with upper or lower body damage, he might roll his shoulder, shake his arm, or gingerly kick out a sore leg as he approaches the line of scrimmage. This subtle but impactful touch provides an immediate visual cue to the quarterback's condition, making wear and tear feel a bit more alive, connected to your in-game decisions and play than before. But really what this really, I just keep this, who is really going to impact is going to be the defense, right? If you're playing against somebody and you see that he's rubbing on his leg and his hamstring, you already know he's not running the ball. If he does, he's crazy. But then now you can start to tailor that, okay? Maybe beforehand you were doing nothing but, you were trying to just do nothing but your edge rushers being contained. Now you're like, you know what? No, I want him to run out the pocket. Go ahead and run out the pocket. Let me see what you can do. Now you can peel your ears back and really go at that QB. You see the arm messing up? Maybe you're like, okay, I don't really think he's gonna be able to do that deep out anymore. He's not gonna have no zip on his ball to hit that seam. So you can see it now instead of beforehand. The only way you really knew about the wear and tear is if you saw it under the quarterback, but you didn't know what aspect it was. Maybe it was just his legs, but his arm was still good. Now you're gonna know if it's the arm or if it's the legs. That's important. It says more than just a rating. This is good. Last year, your toughness rating determined how much damage a player took to a specific body part after contact. This year, we taking the step further. Now, toughness also affects recovery, dictating how quickly each body part heals over time. That means the same rating that helps a player absorb hits also plays a direct role in how fast they bounce back. It's a deeper, more realistic reflection of what toughness truly means in college football. And I was saying that, if you watch some of my videos, if you've been following me for a while, that's what I was always talking about. I said, well, why does it just have to affect with wear and tear? Why is this guy has, toughness, but when he does get hurt and I take him out and put him back in, he's still hurt? Like, why is he not recovering faster? He's supposed to be a tough guy. He's a power back. This is supposed to really, he's supposed to be able to cover better than most because that is supposed to be his strength. But that wasn't the ideology last year. Now it is. So now, again, as you can see the theme, it looks like power backs are still going to be the best backs to have, okay? Just put my thought process out there, but it looks like it's still going to be the same. unless for some reason in dynasty mode, you're just not going to get a power back that's 96 speed. But we all know eventually those are going to happen and people are going to go after that 5-star power back because, again, it just takes all the thinking out of it. If you can get a platinum run power back with 96 speed, you don't have to worry about subbing him out. He's not going to get hurt. The wear and tear is not going to affect him as much. You take him out with the dynamic subs for a couple possessions. He comes back. He's right back at green. So, again, y'all let me know in the comment section as I'm talking, right? Am I missing something here? Or is the elusive backs and all these other backs going to have a say? Unless that badge is also going to be with the elusive backs. It's going to be with the receiving back. It's going to be whatever. I like the fact that NIL players had a mixed bag of badges or attributes, or I'm sorry, of abilities. I do not like in dynasty mode, they reset them and they make them whatever. You know, to have, you know, Genty as a receiving back in dynasty mode was just an atrocity of its own. Right? Like Genty should have been a power back, right? At least because that was the best ability to have in 25, and or allow him to have that mixed bag of NIL. The NIL players had a mixed bag of abilities. Allow that to transfer over in dynasty mode. Okay? So if the best running back was probably gonna be Singleton with Penn State, if he's gonna have a mixed bag of attributes, you know, for play now and all that type of stuff, if I bring him over in dynasty, let him have that too. But again, that might mess something up for the recruiting and all that type of deal. So maybe that's why they just have them reset to just a certain archetype. But again, that's just me talking out loud. Y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all thinking, okay? So as we start to progress through this wear and tear, and why I say this is going to be very impactful is because the last thing I want to talk about is that what's going to happen is that the wear and tear will also affect your abilities, which it should have been like that last year. But now it is going to be very impactful. Again, this is going to go back because of having a power back. Because if you have an elusive back and you start to affect the wear and tear, now all of a sudden that platinum spin he has will drop down to silver. He's not as effective. So what it says is this year will also deepen the strategic connection between the ability system and the wear and tear mechanic. Every physical ability now categorized into each upper or lower body. As a player wear and tears accumulates throughout the season, they can lose up to 2 tiers on their corresponding ability. While significant drops are rare, this introduces a critical layer of strategic roster management, challenging coaches to balance aggressive play or player preservation. So collectively, these improvements transform the ability system in college football 26 into a deeper, more strategic and thrilling gameplay experience, one that captures your unique skills, emotions. Okay, so we get this, but listen guys, check this out. Now we all know this is one thing. For my years of working with 2K, with the dev team, marketing team, just all across the board, so I really got a good insight. One thing that always came up was that you never know. Everything looks good in beta testing. Everything looks good with, you know, the individuals you bring in, you test the game out with, but it never prepares you to when you get 1 million people within 72 hours or whatever it is, to get to, you know, 1 million unique players to play college football 26. There's so many people, they're gonna figure this stuff out, and it starts to be like, dang, it was a good idea initially, but then now it's just completely, you know, right back to meta, right? And I keep on going back power backs because I just don't see how, with the wear and tear, even if you're like, again, elusiveness, that's great. If you take him out, you flipping them all out, that's great, you know, and maybe that's where it's supposed to be. You know, you have an elusive back. He's not meant to carry the ball 25 times. He's only meant to carry the ball 10, 15 times. But some people want, like, just imagine if Reggie Bush had wear and tear and you know, with USC, and you was only able to carry the ball to maybe 10 times because the wear and tear truly affected him. Now, again, you can work with the sliders, but then why are you working with the sliders to tailor to one ability? You know, other people within other aspects of the game, when it comes to, for instance, like your power linemen, that is going to affect their effectiveness against the defensive tackles or defensive ends or even linebackers or anybody on opposing defense. to where they start to feel the wear and tear themselves from those power linemen. So if you make an adjustment just to try to tailor to your running back, it is also going to affect the other aspects of the game. It's a trickle down effect. It's like I always say, you start chasing down that rabbit hole and it's just endless, because again, it's a chain effect. You move one little slider, it affects everything else. Even if you don't see it initially, there's an effect there. So wear and tear is obviously going to be, it's the backbone. You can see it's affecting everything this year. So now abilities are being affected. The weather now affects it. There's a lot. But what I'm going to say is, as always, the meta is always going to rise to the top. And if the way that it looks, it still looks like running backs, you're still going to go with those power running backs. And then you're still going to be looking for those dual threat quarterbacks. Or now you have the pure runner, so we're going to see what the pure runner is. But if the pure runner, listen to me, I'm telling you right now, because I said this to my homies, if the pure runner has any inkling of ability of throwing, right? Because again, just like you get the unique 5-star power back, if you get a 5-star gem pure running quarterback and he can throw, that is OP. Just imagine having that type of quarterback and that in a power back, 5-star gem power back, right? You basically break the game, right? Because you're running anytime you want to with a quarterback or running back with no issues at all. You're not affecting wear and tear because they have, the physical ability. Their badge is going to be a platinum, probably have option king on platinum or whatever it takes. So again, I always want to tell people to have an open mind here. There is going to be pros and cons to this. I do love what I read. Hopefully it gets implemented and executed properly, but we could, again, just have to wait till the game comes out, until everybody starts playing, and then we'll truly know. But y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think about the wear and tear. Is it a W? Is it an L? How excited are you? Other than that, it's your favorite old head, Uncle Demi. I'll be back really soon with the banger, man. You know, when I say back soon with the banger, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about tomorrow, man. I'm out.